The AGI hype is a dangerous distraction. Here, what really matters. What if I told you the race to AGI is a ghost hunt? That the finish line everyone is sprinting towards doesn't actually exist. Every day, it seems, another headline screams about which tech giant is closer to achieving artificial general intelligence, AGI, this mythical, godlike AI that will change everything. Billions of dollars in venture capital are being poured into this grand contest. We're told to brace for impact, to prepare for the moment a machine wakes up and becomes our equal or our superior. But this obsession with AGI as a singular, world-changing milestone is the biggest misdirection in technology today. It's a convenient, cinematic fantasy that blinds us to a far more profound, immediate, and silent revolution that is already remaking our world, for better and for worse. We're all watching the clock for a future that may never arrive, while the real transformation is happening right under our noses. The AGI dream, why we're all watching the wrong clock. Let's break it down. For years, the story we've been sold about AGI is that it's a destination. It's the moment AI achieves human-level cognitive abilities across the board, capable of learning, reasoning, and adapting to any situation just like us. Think of it like the Manhattan Project, a secret, high-stakes race to build one specific, world-altering device. The day it's unveiled, everything changes. Defining the undefinable. The conventional definition, pushed by industry leaders like OpenAI's Sam Altman and Google DeepMind's Demis Hassabis, paints a picture of highly autonomous systems that outperform humans at most economically valuable work. It's an AI that can perform any intellectual task a human can, from solving complex problems to understanding nuance and context. This is the milestone view, a single, dramatic leap that will unlock unimaginable progress in medicine, science, and the economy. And we're told this leap could be just years away. Sounds important, right? There's just one massive problem. The illusion of consensus, a goal without a map. Nobody can actually agree on what AGI is. Here's where it gets crazy. The very leaders of this supposed race are all running toward different finish lines. OpenAI says AGI must outperform humans at economically valuable work. Anthropic's CEO, Dario Amodei, defines it as an AI smarter than a Nobel Prize winner across most fields. Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman has a more capitalist take. AGI is any system that can turn $100,000 into $1 million. Others simply say it needs to be comparable to human intelligence, not necessarily better. In a now-famous conversation, New York Times columnist Ezra Klein tried to pin down a definition, and it morphed from doing anything a human could do behind a computer, but better, all the way down to something like that, before landing on a description that could apply to a pocket calculator. This isn't just academic nitpicking, it's a giant red flag. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella put it best when he called this whole exercise nonsensical benchmark hacking. He argues that the real benchmark for a technology this transformative shouldn't be some self-proclaimed technical achievement. It should be tangible, global impact like driving world GDP growth to 10%. Anything else is just hype. So why does this vague, contested term dominate the conversation? Because the ambiguity is not a bug, it's a feature. For investors, a grand, undefined dream like AGI is a powerful story that keeps the venture capital flowing. For companies, it creates a high-stakes narrative where they must claim to be on the path to AGI or risk looking like they've fallen behind. And for our leaders and policymakers, it's the perfect distraction. It focuses their attention on a hypothetical, sci-fi future, preventing them from regulating the very real, present-day harms of AI. The AGI milestone isn't a scientific target, it's a marketing narrative. It's a thought exercise that has become a dangerous distraction from more scientifically sound and socially beneficial goals. The pivot, why AGI isn't a milestone, it's a spectrum. So, if the AGI finish line is a mirage, what's a better way to think about AI progress? We need to throw out the old map and get a new one. A better analogy, the evolution of flight. Let's try a different analogy, courtesy of robotics pioneer Rodney Brooks. Forget the AGI moonshot. Think about the invention of heavier-than-air flight. Step 1, gliders. For decades, we had gliders and hot air balloons. This was like early AI research. It got us off the ground, but it wasn't self-powered. Step 2, the Wright brothers engine. Then came the breakthrough, a powerful, lightweight engine. This was the deep learning moment for AI. Suddenly, powered flight was possible, but those first planes were rickety, dangerous, and could barely fly a few hundred feet. I were a game changer, but they weren't exactly a Boeing 747. This is where we are now with many of our AI systems. Step 3, the jet age and beyond. After that came decades of innovation: propeller planes, commercial airliners, jet engines, supersonic travel. Each step was its own revolution, transforming society, commerce, and culture long before the ultimate aircraft was built. The punchline is this: we are not building a ladder to the moon. We are learning to fly, and each new type of aircraft we build unlocks a new layer of civilization. We didn't wait for the 747 to start changing the world. The revolution happened incrementally with each new capability. Deconstructing intelligence. This brings us to the core of the issue. Just as flight isn't one single thing, intelligence isn't a single number on a dial that we can turn up to human level. It's a rich, multidimensional spectrum of different abilities. Psychologists have known this for years. Howard Gardner's groundbreaking theory of multiple intelligences identifies distinct cognitive domains: logical, mathematical, linguistic, spatial, musical, and emotional, interpersonal, and intrapersonal intelligence. You can be a genius at math, but struggle to read social cues. Now, here's the mind-blowing part. AI researcher Francois Collett offers a modern definition that perfectly fits our flight analogy. He argues that true intelligence isn't about what you know skill, but about the efficiency with which you can acquire new skills in unfamiliar situations. This elegantly explains why a large language model, LLM, that has memorized the entire internet can pass the bar exam but fails at simple logic puzzles it has never seen before. It has immense skill, but in Collett's framework, it has very low general intelligence. If intelligence is a spectrum of different capabilities, and AI progress is like the evolution of different kinds of aircraft, then the pursuit of AGI is not about building one godlike machine. It's about developing a whole fleet of specialized systems, each one mastering a different dimension of intelligence. We already have calculators that have superhuman logical intelligence, but we don't call them AGI. The future of AI, then, is not a single point called AGI. It is a continuum of increasingly capable AI systems. The real question is not, when will we reach the destination? But what are the implications of mastering each new capability along the journey? The real revolution, specialized AI, is already remaking the world. While the world obsesses over a hypothetical AGI, the propeller planes and early jets of specialized AI are already transforming every major industry. This isn't a prediction. This is the silent arrival of AGI's component parts, happening right now. Healthcare, the digital nervous system. The impact on medicine is nothing short of breathtaking. Superhuman diagnostics. AI is now twice as accurate as human experts at reading brain scans for stroke victims. It spots the 10% of bone fractures that ER doctors miss and detects 64% of epilepsy-causing brain lesions that were previously invisible to radiologists. Disease prediction. An AI model from AstraZeneca can analyze health data and predict the likelihood of developing over 1,000 diseases, including Alzheimer's and kidney disease, years before the first symptoms appear. Operational efficiency. AI co-pilots are automating clinical notes and administrative work, freeing up doctors to focus on patients and cutting diagnosis times from weeks to hours. Finance, the algorithmic engine of the economy. The global financial system now runs on AI. Risk and fraud. AI systems analyze billions of transactions in real time to detect fraud with stunning accuracy, assess credit risk more fairly than traditional models, and optimize corporate cash flow. Algorithmic trading. AI-powered trading systems execute complex strategies in milliseconds, reacting to market news and sentiment faster than any human ever could. Democratizing wealth. AI is making personalized financial advice, once a luxury for the rich, accessible to everyone. It can help with everything from planning for retirement to creating strategies for paying off student loans. Manufacturing, the smart factory. AI's intelligence is also taking physical form. Total optimization. AI agents are now managing entire production lines, optimizing workflows to reduce energy consumption, minimize waste, and slash downtime. Predictive maintenance. AI analyzes real-time sensor data from factory machinery to predict failures before they happen, saving companies millions in repair costs and lost productivity. The rise of cobots. AI-powered collaborative robots, or cobots, are working alongside humans on assembly lines, handling dangerous or repetitive tasks and adapting to new workflows on the fly without needing to be reprogrammed. Augmenting human cognition, the new tools of thought. Beyond industry, AI is mastering the very components of intelligence we discussed earlier. Logical reasoning. Specialized models like Claude 3.7 Sonnet and OpenAI's o1 are not generalists. They are built for deep, multi-step logical reasoning. They are becoming superhuman digital logicians, excelling at complex math, science, and strategic analysis that stumps other models. Creativity. AI is not killing creativity, it's becoming a new instrument. Musicians use platforms like AIVA to generate novel melodies and break through creative blocks. Designers use tools like Midjourney as a creative echo to rapidly explore visual ideas. Emotional intelligence. This one is a shocker. While AI can't feel, a stunning new study found that generative AIs now outperform humans on standard emotional intelligence (EQ) tests, scoring an average of 82% compared to the human average of 56%. They are mastering the ability to recognize, interpret, and reason about human emotions from text, voice, and facial expressions, a skill with massive implications for coaching, customer service, and mental health. Spatial intelligence. Spatial AI is giving machines a sixth sense. It allows systems to understand and navigate 3D environments, track movement, and predict physical interactions. This is the core technology behind self-driving cars, warehouse robots, and augmented reality, and it's a distinct form of intelligence that is advancing at a blistering pace. Think about what this means. We aren't just seeing progress in one area, like language. We are witnessing simultaneous, rapid advances across multiple distinct dimensions of intelligence: logical, creative, emotional, and spatial. These are not isolated breakthroughs. They are compounding. A robot in a smart factory uses spatial AI to navigate, logical AI to optimize its task, and emotional AI to interpret the gestures of its human coworkers. The silent arrival is not one revolution. It's a dozen interlocking, mutually reinforcing revolutions happening at once. We are not waiting for a single event. We are in the middle of a compounding transformation, and its combined effect is what is truly changing everything. The dark side, the unseen costs of the silent revolution. Every coin has two sides. The incredible power of specialized AI comes with a dark side, and its risks are not some hypothetical future problem tied to a sentient machine. They are the direct, present-day consequences of the powerful tools we are deploying right now. The Great Displacement, automation of the white-collar worker. The jobs apocalypse isn't coming. It's here. The automation of routine tasks is hollowing out the workforce at a terrifying speed, and the data from 2025 is a brutal wake-up call. The shocking numbers. So far in 2025, tech companies have eliminated nearly 78,000 jobs due to AI. Big tech cut hiring for new graduates by a staggering 25% in 2024, erasing the first rung on the career ladder for an entire generation. The CEO of Anthropic predicts that AI could eliminate half of all entry-level white-collar jobs within the next 5 years. Real-world examples. This isn't theoretical. After revealing that 30% of its code is now written by AI, Microsoft laid off thousands of its human software engineers. IBM let go of 8,000 HR staff as its AI-powered Ask HR system took over their duties. Creative destruction. It's not just data entry clerks. The creative industries are being hit hard. Writers, designers, and illustrators are seeing their work devalued, with jobs disappearing as they are increasingly asked to simply edit or touch up AI-generated content for a fraction of their former pay. Job role. Key statistic example. Software engineers. Over 40% of Microsoft's recent layoffs targeted software engineers, as 30% of company code is now AI written. Human resources. IBM laid off 8,000 HR staff, as its Ask HR system handles 11.5 M interactions annually with minimal human oversight. Content writers. 81.6% of digital marketers fear AI will replace content writers. Companies discover good enough AI writing costs pennies. Market research analysts. AI could replace 53% of market research analyst tasks. Financial analysts. Wall Street expects to replace 200,000 roles with AI in the next 3 to 5 years. Legal research staff. AI scans legal databases and identifies statutes faster than human researchers. Firms are replacing entire teams with software. The bias in the machine, automating inequality. AI systems are not objective gods of logic. They are mirrors, and what they reflect are the ugly, ingrained biases of our own society. When we train these models on flawed, unrepresentative, or historically biased data, they don't just learn our prejudices, they amplify them at an unprecedented scale and speed. Biased hiring. A 2024 class action lawsuit alleges that the AI hiring tools from software giant Workday. Why systematically discriminate against candidates based on race, age, and disability? Other studies have shown AI tools underestimating the academic potential of Black and Hispanic students and steering job ads along stereotypical gender lines, even when instructed not to. Flawed healthcare. A widely used healthcare algorithm in the US was found to be racially biased against Black patients. It used a patient's past healthcare spending as a stand-in for their future medical needs, completely ignoring the systemic income and access disparities that mean Black patients often spend less, even when they are sicker. Automated injustice. Predictive policing tools, which are trained on historical arrest data, can create a toxic feedback loop. They tell police to patrol minority neighborhoods more often, which leads to more arrests in those neighborhoods, which in turn proves to the AI that its prediction was correct, reinforcing the initial bias. The human cost, gradual disempowerment, and cognitive offloading. Perhaps the most insidious risk is not a dramatic robot uprising, but a slow, voluntary erosion of our own humanity. We are not being conquered, we are choosing to surrender. Expert warnings. A landmark 2025 survey of technology experts revealed deep and widespread concern that by 2035, our reliance on AI will have a negative impact on core human traits like empathy, our capacity for deep thought, our sense of agency, and our overall mental well-being. Cognitive offloading. As we increasingly rely on AI to reason for us, to write for us, and to create for us, we risk forgetting how to do these things ourselves. This leads to what some experts call an atrophy of human cognitive abilities. We are outsourcing our thinking, and our minds are getting weaker as a result. Gradual disempowerment. This is the quiet takeover. There is no single moment of surrender. Instead, we slowly hand over our economic, social, and even cultural functions to AI systems because they are more efficient. We sleepwalk into a future where we have lost collective agency, not in a single battle, but through 1,000 tiny concessions. This reveals the central paradox of AI risk. The danger is not that AI will become sentient and develop a will of its own. The danger comes directly from its utility and its scale. It is dangerous because it is such an effective tool for automation, not because it is a thinking being. The risk is not in the I, intelligence, but in the A, artificial, and its inhuman ability to operate at a scale and speed that our social structures were never designed to handle. The road ahead, navigating the AI continuum. So, where do we go from here? The first step is to stop staring at the horizon waiting for AGI and start paying attention to the ground shifting beneath our feet. We must shift our focus from the AGI milestone to managing the AI continuum. The next wave, from specialized tools to autonomous agents. The evolution of AI isn't stopping. The next stage in our flight analogy is already taking shape, moving us from early propeller planes to the first jets. Agentic AI. The next frontier is agentic AI. Frameworks like Microsoft's AutoGen and the popular LangChain are being used to build systems that can not only reason but also act. They can use tools, browse the internet, write and execute code, and carry out complex, multi-step tasks autonomously. This is automation on a whole new level. Unified and multimodal models. The trend is also toward unifying these specialized intelligences. Future models like GPT-4.5 and Gemini 2 aim to seamlessly integrate different capabilities, text, image, audio, and advanced reasoning, into a single, powerful system. Neurosymbolic AI. A growing number of researchers believe the limitations of today's models can only be overcome by combining the pattern recognition strengths of deep learning with the structured logic of classical AI. This neurosymbolic approach is seen as a critical next step toward more robust and reliable intelligence. The real challenge: augmentation versus replacement. This brings us to the final, crucial choice. The technology itself is just a tool. The real question is about our values. As we build these increasingly powerful systems, how will we choose to use them? The path of least resistance is replacement. It's easier and often more profitable in the short term to automate a human job than to redesign a workflow to augment that human. This is the path that leads directly to the dark side scenarios of mass displacement, automated bias, and cognitive decline. The harder, but ultimately more promising, path is augmentation. This is a future where we deliberately design AI to be a co-pilot, not an autopilot. A future where AI helps doctors diagnose disease faster, helps scientists make new discoveries, helps artists explore new creative frontiers, and helps all of us think more clearly and critically. The F. In our question, AGI was never the destination. The journey is the revolution. We have stopped building simple tools and have begun building the component parts of intelligence itself. We are no longer just learning to fly. We are building the jet engine, the navigation system, and the autopilot all at once. The defining question of the 21st century is not whether we can build machines that think. It is what we will become as we do. As we assemble this new form of intelligence, piece by powerful piece, which pieces of our own are we prepared to give away?